This be them old dudes. A lot of them are like them stolen valor type dudes that'll put on a uniform and call themselves a soldier. These dudes be retired cops, mall security. They pull out every piece of gear they've ever owned, and then they walk around like they got a ready warrant in their pocket signed by a judge.
Where a police officer engaged in ethnic profiling. Aaron Joseph and his cousin experienced police harassment when they were stopped by an Indianapolis police officer after leaving a Nordstrom store.
Get your driver's license out.
I told you to.
You haven't have a reason,
Who
sir.
are you?
You didn't pull me over.
And where's your badge? You just wearing a shirt with a stitched county logo on it.
You didn't pull me over.
And a Motorola. I got a Motorola.
I'll hit for a backup and I'll
call your supervisor.
Call everybody for backup. Jethro, your mama, your cousin. Call everybody.
Call your supervisor, sir.
Get your driver's license out right now.
Call your supervisor.
Please call your supervisor. Because
you're
not pulling me over neither.
You get your driver's license out
Sir.
right now. Show me ID.
Call your supervisor.
What do you need my ID for, sir?
Well, because you want to run your mouth to me.
No, because you was looking at my...
And he's probably not even... Let's see if he got an official squad card or whatever. This dude probably at the crib playing dress up.
License plate for what?
You'd be surprised how many of these dudes do that, especially in these smaller towns. You ain't gonna get away with that in Chicago. Chicago cop will crack your shit.
Exactly.
For what?
You don't have the right to run this.
I got my rights to do anything I want to do. I'm a police officer.
You can't run
That doesn't mean anything.
I got my rights. And I'll tow your car.
Despite not committing any wrongdoing, the officer pulled them over, claiming they looked suspicious.
We requested a supervisor.
I don't mind showing you my driver's license, but what is your reason that you're asking?
Because.
Why?
Because you're acting suspicious.
About what?
Your existence is suspicious. Be cool. You're acting suspicious.
Then they're shopping.
I said, show me your driver's license.
What is the suspicion, sir?
Get your driver's license out.
You can't
Just
state
show
the
me your
suspicion.
driver's license. That's all I want to see.
You're not explaining to me. You didn't pull me
I'm
over.
explaining to
You
you.
jumped out your car and asked me, did I want to...
investigation.
What are you investigating?
Look,
You
get
just
your
see me in there
driver's
shopping.
license
I paid.
spend money.
I paid for everything that I bought.
Get your driver's license out.
Sir,
Show me your driver's license.
He wearing a 30-year-old sheriff polo. A 30-year-old sheriff polo, and he saw a couple young black men walking out with bags of shit. See what these suspicious guys are doing.
You're gone. I don't have no problem.
What is the reason that you're stopping me?
I'm not going to argue with you no more.
I'm not arguing. I'm trying to understand.
So do what you got to do,
What's your name,
punk.
officer? That's all I want. Because we're
Show
following
me
the...
your driver's license and you can go.
We asked for a supervisor. You did not understand.
I'm not going to get a supervisor.
I'm asking for your name.
I'm off-duty employment.
Off-duty employment. He's playing, he's masquerading as an officer right now. They could bust at him, I think. I mean, I don't see, if he were to draw his weapon on them, I don't think, like, come on, man. Get your off-duty ass, go sit on your porch somewhere.
Exactly. Off-duty employment.
If you're off duty, then why are you stopping people?
I'm stopping you because you're suspicious.
Why are
About
we
what?
suspicious?
Well, what'd you come back around for?
Because I want to know
No, you jumped out of the car on us because we
Exactly.
looked at you.
Because I don't know what you guys are doing. Now show me your
You don't know
driver's
what we're
license.
doing? You just seen
Show
us
me
shopping.
your driver's license.
You don't look. You see all these bags in the back of the car? We just came out of the store seeing.
We
you.
spending money. We spending money. What you know about that? Shirts smell like cats.
Driver's license.
You know what was going on because I know he couldn't really articulate what he was trying to say.
Yeah, as far as I know, based upon what happened, I don't think either of us have any reasonable suspicion to believe that there's a crime taking place. It says there's no reason for a traffic stop at this point.
So who am I
There's no
suing?
legal requirement for you to identify yourself to an officer at that point. So if you don't want to give him ID, then you don't have to give him ID at that point.
And we tried to be calm and talk to him like that, and he just
This calm shit don't get us
leaning in the
nothing.
car, spitting all in the car. He's just I don't know if he's having a bad day. His wife left him. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know,
Your
man.
guess is as good
His
as
wife
man,
left
I
him
appreciate
30
you,
years
Officer,
ago.
and you guys are good to go. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
He's
all
off.
right.
Appreciate it.
The incident was captured on police videos, highlighting the potential real-life consequences they can have.
He should have gone to jail for impersonating a police officer. Why you wearing your uniform off duty? There's officers, there's auditors that catch these dudes, these officers at their secondary job working in a Walgreens, a CVS, a Dwayne Reed, and they're wearing their full-on uniform and all that, and they're not supposed to be wearing none of that. Playing police.
Stopped them was fired just 2 hours after the incident. In the dark underbelly of Baltimore, Detective Marcus Taylor led a police task force, but their actions were far from
looked like a
honorable.
drug dealer. That cop.
Probably, I would say 2 1/4 just by looking at it.
This group of corrupt cops was like
I told you he looked like a drug dealer. He said 2 1/4 just by looking at it.
a gang of notorious criminals. Recently, they received harsh sentences for their heinous deeds, planting fake evidence, carrying out armed robberies, and selling drugs worth a staggering $1 million, including stolen prescription medications. These were officers who were supposed to protect the community, but they had turned into lawbreakers worse than the very criminals they vowed to apprehend.
7 years later, we find out that corrupt cops who swore to protect were nothing more than criminals.
The people's faith in the police has been shattered, and with such officers around, trust seems like an elusive dream. In Utah, a troubling incident unfolds as a police officer's questionable actions come to light. It's unclear why she behaves this way, perhaps to boost her arrest records or gain praise. She targets drivers, falsely charging and arresting them. Officer Steve administers a breathalyzer test to a driver who passes with flying colors, but is still arrested for a DUI.
We have a culture of corruption that occurs here. The stories are just rampant.
Later, the blood test reveals no alcohol in the driver's system, leading to dropped charges.
She said she clocked me at 73. I said fastest I was going is about 62.
Stories of corruption and misconduct spread, with another driver claiming he was arrested for speeding at an incorrect speed. The department.
You gotta understand, people that abuse power have power nowhere else but the spot that they have power in, and when they have it, they're gonna abuse it. So if you're a cop that don't have power and you have no power at home and don't know your kids don't listen to you and your husband's doing this or that, the other, you do shit like this. You take a girl that's not drunk, didn't do nothing wrong, passed the sobriety test, and you give her a fail and you put her in jail. And then you get to go, oh, you got a good bust. You go back to the precinct, have a bowl of chili, and tell everybody how you're the best.
The department faces public scrutiny, and a class action lawsuit looms for the officer's false charges. In Greeley, Colorado, police officer Casey Barnum faced consequences when a review of his body camera footage exposed his abusive behavior towards Rose Perez.
Hello. Hi. So we're getting a call from your son saying that you guys are kicking him out.
Kicking him out now? Yeah, he has a warrant out for his arrest. He's not welcome in my home.
Oh, the mama ratted the boy out. They're coming to get him.
Until he gets that taken care of.
Okay.
He arrested her at her own home, despite judge warning him not to.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can. He's a fugitive. Yes, I can.
You can call. Listen.
Yes,
listen.
What?
I listen to you.
Okay, what?
You can call us if he comes, but you cannot say you can't come in. And if you lock him out, he can kick your door to get in because he lives here.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, that's wrong.
You may not kick my door.
Okay.
Okay?
If you lock him out, he can.
Okay, I didn't lock him out. My sister did. If he is being a havoc, well, my sister is here babysitting. He is not welcome here.
She needs to call us. You can't kick
Oh,
him
we
out.
did call you. We did call. We did a well check. The officer came and you can check that.
Okay.
The officer came and did that. He hasn't been home since until today.
Okay.
Today he was locked out again, and the reason that he was locked out was because I wasn't home. When I'm home, then he can come.
That's not how this
Okay,
works.
too bad, so sad. Bye.
Is the kid an adult? Is the kid a kid? What's going on here?
Ma'am.
She pulled the too bad, so sad on him. So 90s of her.
That's not how this
Okay,
works.
too bad, so sad. Bye.
No, that's not how, ma'am. Listen, that is
You
not how.
need to leave out of my house.
Stop.
I am. You do not have any permission to go into my
Stop.
house.
She's still in shock that he's arrested.
Can you please let me go?
No, because now you're under
Close that door.
arrest.
Close that door. What am I under arrest
Stop.
for?
You're under. Because you just shoved me.
I did not. I told you
It's
to
on
get out
video.
of my house. I told you to.
Sucker.
It's on video.
You have no right to come into my home.
It's on video.
Comb my hair.
Rose pleaded with him to understand the situation, but he refused to listen. He threatened to kick her out and insisted that he could do whatever he wanted. When she tried to explain the truth, he pulled her away, caught on video.
You have no right to come into my home. You have absolutely no right to come into my home.
That's really 4th of July custody.
As far as he's concerned, he got the right to do whatever he
No, you're
wants,
going to jail.
whenever he
I'm not
wants.
going to
You are going to jail.
Bet. Get me out
Stop.
of this house. Brina! 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 Open the door, Brina!
work. He's doing it himself.
Stop. Stop pulling away from me.
I'm not pulling away from you.
As a result, Officer Barnum is no longer part of the police force, and justice prevailed
In
for
that
Rose
town.
Perez. As a
He's
police
probably
officer
somewhere else
pulls over a
abusing people.
driver, the expected exchange turns sour.
What's going on? I'll be happy to tell you once I see who I'm talking to, all right?
The driver asks for the reason, but the officer avoids answering. Instead of diffusing the situation, the officer's ego takes control, believing he has absolute authority.
I need you to let me know, like, what's going on, like, what happened. Like I said, I'd be happy to tell you once I see information.
No, it's not how it works. Not how it works. I gotta look up that cop. There's a cop that even tells cops, like, you're looking stupid doing this. That's not how it works. Crime first, ID later.
The offense before providing identification. The officer refuses to comply and calls for backup.
I'm not giving you my information until you tell me what you pulled me over for.
What follows is a violent mess as the officer shatters the car window and forcefully drags the driver out with the partner's help.
Look at him, look at him,
It's
look at him.
disheartening
Almost gets
that some
run over.
officers prefer escalate.
You dumbass, you almost killed yourself. What if you'd have rolled and then that car rolled over your dome, see? All because you wanted to play tough guy that day. Chips, you want to live a movie.
Over de-escalation. Such actions raise concerns about their abuse of power. In Montreal, a police officer stops a driver and looks inside the car.
Too?
He questions about a radar detector, demanding a $600 fine or detention. The driver, frightened, quickly apologizes and claims ignorance. The officer, sensing an opportunity, might have succeeded in his extortion if not for the camera-wielding boys nearby. Realizing he's being recorded, he changes course, advising the driver to hide the radar detector.
We're here for one day. We're going back today, sir. Well, we plan to, at least.
The casualness of the incident and the driver's fear reveal how easily the officer could have gotten away with it. Luckily, the boy's presence prevents the injustice from prevailing. In Barstow, California, Michelle Cook, 8 months pregnant, attends to her second-grade daughter before school. During a confrontation with another driver, the police are called to intervene. The woman shares her version of the incident first.
You know, this isn't her car. She moved it real quick.
Oh no, this ain't the one I was talking
She
about.
gets out of her car, comes over here, punches my window, throws something, whatever that brown thing is, she throws it. She's screaming at me.
Okay.
Miss Anderson is out here. You can ask her.
Okay. Is your window damaged? Anything damaged at all?
You look like you about to snitch on
me,
somebody.
and I'm
Oh,
like,
you
I'm
snitching.
calling the police. She's call the police. She's screaming at me.
Okay.
Michelle tries to tell her side, but tension rises. The officers ask for Michelle's name, leaving her uncertain about giving it. The situation escalates suddenly and they arrest her, disregarding her pregnancy.
Do have the right to ask you for your name in this case, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Well, how long is it going to be for you to make sure?
They handle her roughly, charge her with obstruction, and force her into the car. Her only crime was not immediately revealing her name, which she had the right to do. This unjust treatment left her distressed and mistreated. In this video, we see a police officer who seems uneasy about being recorded while on duty.
Look at this guy.
The officer tries
These
to move the
animals.
cameras away to avoid
Look at
being
them, they're
seen,
animals.
indicating that he might not be genuinely committed to serving and protecting. His nervous movements
His
and body
fat ass.
language reveal his discomfort with the cameras. When his colleagues from the narcotics team appear, he makes another attempt to reposition the camera, and this time he succeeds in hiding their activities.
There's one out, listen to me, there's one outside, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the aisles, and there's one right here somewhere.
In the video, he mentions the presence of multiple cameras, raising questions about why the police might be wary of being recorded. The reasons remain unclear, leaving us to speculate.
Because they're like raccoons, they're scavengers.
In this video, body cam footage reveals a police officer supposedly placing a small bag of drugs into a man's wallet. It's a sneaky move, easily overlooked. Watch
Filthy.
carefully for the little green bag as the officer...
Filthy. Cops and judges throwing people's lives away. That didn't do nothing, not a damn thing, not one thing, but run into the wrong cop that day.
Slides it into the wallet. Interestingly, he shows his partner the tiny package, making a clear gesture. Moments later, he retrieves it from the victim, as if performing a magic trick. One of the cops is already on suspension while investigations into the incident take place. It's a troubling situation that warrants further examination and action.
These cops is gangbangers.
In Milan, we find ourselves on a busy street where the police car cruises along. Suddenly, Someone flips the officer the bird. The officer, offended, halts the car and confronts the young man.
All right, so there's a shorty on the side of the road making a viral video, I suppose, or minding his business. Police pass by, he gives him the finger. Right thing to do? Maybe to him it was. Maybe he has a bad experience with them. Now let's see how he pays for it. Because this guy, that was too much questioning of his authority to throw a finger at him. Let's see how he reacts.
The officer,
Come on, man.
offended, halts
Why you
the
give me
car
a finger,
and
man?
confronts the young man.
Why you give me the finger? What? What's your problem?
Because fuck you, that's why.
What? Why you give me the finger?
The man denies any wrongdoing and starts to walk away.
You ain't see his OTF hoodie? Of course he's gonna give you the finger, man.
But not before swearing loudly, further enraging the cops.
For what reason? Because you gave me the finger. That's legal. No, it isn't.
An argument ensues about the gesture's legality, leading to the officer handcuffing the young man for cussing. Backup arrives, and the officer invents bogus charges,
Dirty
like public
dork.
disturbance.
When you are cursing in public, you are causing a public disturbance. You're being a nuisance to the public.
And
Cussing in public is absolutely 100% protected free speech, as is flipping off a cop. Wearing an OTF hoodie in Maine or wherever the fuck they're at, now that's a problem. No Lil Durk, no King Von for them over there. They're not with that shit.
what way? When he was driving past?
This abuse of power angers everyone witnessing the scene. The brave individual stands up for his...
Now that kid was already anti-establishment, anti-police, and now you have solidified that. There's no coming back for him. You are stormtroopers for the rest of his Jedi life.
rights, refusing to be intimidated. In sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a police officer faces trouble. He's being investigated for pushing a protester who was kneeling peacefully.
He's a little big dummy. Why you running, bitch? Get your ass over there. Get in the car.
If you want,
his mama sent his ass home.
Surprisingly, his black colleague steps up and questions his behavior. This kind of intervention is uncommon, given the troubling numbers about police brutality and violence. In Dayton, Minnesota, a pregnant woman finds herself in a terrifying situation. The police storm her home, arresting her despite having done nothing wrong. Confused and scared, she goes into labor and is rushed to the hospital. The reason for this ordeal? A thief who stole from a local hardware store. The culprit was caught on camera, and the stolen goods were traced back to the woman's home.
Oh.
Her husband, caught off guard by the sudden intrusion, fired shots in self-defense, unaware that they were police officers.
You guys don't do no investigation. Your investigation is get a location. Come on, we're gonna go shoot their dog.
I was playing games, and then I heard like a smash on the door. That wasn't even enough. Like a smash, boom, boom, boom.
We were so scared. My husband started shouting and told me call the 911. Call the 911.
I grabbed the gun.
Not realizing that it was the 911 there to kick their heads in the beginning.
I look. There was from the window.
Good for you, Faris. Good for you, Faris. You was playing the game, minding your business. You wasn't out playing games on your wife. You was at home playing the game. She was there with you. Everything was gravy. They knock, knock, bang, bang, boom, boom. You grabbed your gun. You went to handle your business, not to realize it was the 911 that was there to get you.
Civilian clothes. Looks very angry.
The whole incident was fueled by miscommunication.
See a guy in civilian clothes, then you're gonna send a cop in his day clothes to go infiltrate these people's homes, and then put them in jail.
And lack of identification, causing distress to the pregnant couple. In Florida, a blind man finds himself facing police suspicion as they accuse him of carrying a concealed weapon. The man, relying on his cane for guidance due to his blindness, calmly refuses to identify him.
Listen, if you're blind, don't get caught walking down the street by the police. Like if you're blind, but like you cold with it, like you could do the dolphin echolocation, or you can see enough to walk the sidewalk okay, but you need your cane just in case the sun goes down a little bit or a storm comes along. You might need a little bit more visibility. Don't get caught with your cane in your back pocket, because they might take you to jail for having one of those weapons that we can't name hanging out your back pocket.
Himself. When he
It's just
shows
a
his
cane.
alleged
Blind man's
concealed
cane.
weapon, it turns out to be his trusted cane.
It's just a cane.
Despite his
Nothing to see
innocence,
here.
the officers continue to pursue an arrest.
Despite his innocence, the officers continue to pursue an arrest. Look at these bored Bobs. Look at Bob right there. Sheesh.
Truly heartbreaking is that the man was coming from jury duty, having dutifully fulfilled his
His civic duty. Do unto those how you would like done unto you. He was doing his civic duty, and these civic terrorists came and they locked him up because he was legally blind and had a cane in his back pocket. You wildin'.
civic responsibility. It's disheartening to witness such treatment of a law-abiding citizen, exposing the police's
Took his
lamentable
money.
conduct in this unfortunate incident.
He's standing
In
like
Arizona's
a soldier.
courtroom, as the defense lawyer presents her case, an officer subtly snoops through the files on the defense table. Suni Benz notices the officer and hands a paper to another cop. The lawyer is stunned, her flabbergasted expression revealing the mess. The police's role in the case is questionable. They seem to be concealing something, whether for themselves or the man on trial remains unknown. The events unfold as we follow closely, wondering about the hidden truth behind.
These fools are so entitled and think they're so above the law that they sit in here messing with evidence in front of a judge, in front of lawyers, in front of everybody.
And the officer's actions. It's evident that they are trying to keep something under wraps, and their motives are yet to be unveiled.
Wow. Come on, Chad.
In Florida, during a routine arrest, officers mishandle the situation. The suspect pleads for less force, but his pleas go unheard. Inside the police car, the sergeant becomes aggressive and even threatens a female officer.
They come in there with the aggression. You could be having a seizure, heart attack, whatever it is. They probably beat you up over it because you're not complying. You know what I'm saying? You're having a diabetic seizure and they busting you in the head because you're not complying.
Get in the car. All right, I'm getting in. Get your feet in. You're playing with the wrong mother. What you gotta do, man?
Damn.
You gonna mace me, mace me. Look at me, mother. You wanna play games?
Looks like
Despite
he's
witnesses,
in the car.
nobody intervenes to protect her.
And I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Oh, this is Buddy. Buddy that likes pushing cops around. Big angry roid head. Why you mad, roid
And
head?
I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Oh, you're gonna see it. Look at
Nobody
that's a threat
intervenes to
to a
protect her.
fellow
And
officer.
I'll see you in about 5.
Damn, look at Tough Tony right there. Tough Tony, he's known in all the dive bars around town and all the sports bars too. They probably know him at the massage parlor too. Look at Tough Tony right there. He gonna see them in 5 minutes. He got stripes. Tough guy.
5 minutes.
Like, so what?
I don't know.
Later, the sergeant faces charges of battery and assault on an officer, but he pleads not guilty. This incident reminds us of the importance of restraint and control
you ain't
for
show
law
the rest of the
enforcement
incident.
officers. Such footage holds those in power accountable and underscores the need for better training and oversight in law enforcement. It's crucial to continuously
Nah, they didn't
improve
show the
to
rest
ensure
of that.
justice and safety.
This one the one that went and
In
threw
this
the other
video,
female officer?
we see officers